Hey guys, real quick before we started the video today, I just wanted to talk to you about one thing real quick. So, traditionally healthcare is looked at as a recession-proof job, and for the most part that's true, but that's not true with the current COVID crisis. All you see on the news is about all these hospitals needing help everywhere and that kind of thing, but in actuality, like 90% of hospitals across the country are suffering from low census. So they're laying people off, they're cutting people's hours. That's one of the ways that I got up here. I just wasn't getting all the time that I needed at work. And so that did allow me to come up here to New York to help out. And so, there's a silver lining in it for me, but there's not for a lot of people. So just keep everybody in mind. And I would also urge you and support you to get on house.gov. All you got to do is go to the top, put your zip code in. It'll tell you who your House representative is, your congressman, and then you can send them an email. It'll have their link there real quick. And I would suggest just sending them an email, especially if you're a healthcare worker, telling them that you support the H.E.R.O.S bill. Feel free to look up the H.E.R.O.S bill. I'm going to put a link in the description here. But basically, it's to give all frontline hospital staff, healthcare workers, a little bit of a tax holiday for a couple of months here. And so I support that, and I urge you to take a look at it. And if you support it, send an email just showing your support. Thanks. We'll get on with the video now. Hey guys, it's Barrett with the Gimme Camper. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do another one of those 10 question videos because there's another one floating around right now about the whole quarantine situation. I've actually got challenged by Live and Learn RV, and Smokey down there just called us out. So we're here to answer these questions. I do recommend that you follow their channel. It's pretty entertaining and informative. We met Smokey and his wife down in Myrtle Beach over the week of New Year's, and we had a great time. So be sure to check them out, and let's get into this video and why we're here. So, camping videos are hard to make when you're not allowed to go camping. Just a quick update, our camper is still at the dealership. It's still at Camping World. I made a video about that a little while ago. I'm up in New York City working right now for COVID relief, and so it's not bothering anything, and they seem to be trying to do their best to get it done, and I think that they're doing a great job considering that there's a shutdown in Tennessee right now. They are considered essential, so they have been working on my camper, but it's been really hard for them to get approvals and things through Keystone for the warranty work and that kind of stuff. The last update that I got was that we were waiting on a new axle to come in. Anyway, so let's get to the questions. Question number 1, how many rolls of toilet paper do you have? Well, this is a hotel room. I have one whole roll of toilet paper that I've had for 2 weeks because I've been working 12 hours every day. Anyway, it was fancy though. I got fancy toilet paper. It's got like a little stamp on it when I first got here. It's too fancy for me. Next question. What has been the biggest change in your life since the lockdown? Well, we're going to circle back to that. We're in Queens, New York, working for Corona relief. And so that's a pretty drastic change. My first travel assignment, my first disaster assignment, things are a little different up here for sure. And I'm in the hot spot of the United States. So that's very different. I will also have to point out that while staying here in Queens, New York, part of New York City, the exact area of Queens that I'm in is called Corona, New York. Now that's ironic. Question number 3, where are you currently docked or parked? Well, I've already told you, I'm still docking it over at the Camping World down in Chattanooga. And hopefully by the time I get home in a few weeks, they'll be caught up. Everything will just be great and work out time-wise. Usually I get really nervous thinking about going without the camper for a couple weeks, but I came up here for a month and we weren't able to go do much of anything anyway, so it seems to be working out really good. Question number 4, what have you gone without recently? Well, I'm up here by myself, so I'm going without my family. I have missed them a little bit. Don't tell them. They don't need to know. Anyway, so yeah, I miss them a little bit. Even that spoiled rotten kid that I got. Question number 7, how long's it been since you've been at a campsite? Well, our last trip was the trip to Huntsville, Alabama. So that was like the second week of March. And here it is mid-April. And I'm jonesing for some camping, let me tell you. You know, I'm doing this city camping up here in the hotel. But I miss the camper, I miss the outdoors, and I hope to get back out there soon. Question number 8. What's your favorite quarantine food? Well, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to really abide by my keto when I came up here to work for a month. And I'm in New York City, and most of the restaurants are closed or limited. And so I have been resorting to Uber Eats and such quite a bit. You know, a lot of my meals are provided through work, but I have been getting a few of those, and I have been living on some New York City pizza. Although I never thought I would say this, because pizza is not that expensive and it lasts for a few days, and I've had a few of those, and I don't think I can eat any more pizza while I'm here because it's just like, oh my, not another piece. Question number 9, how are you exercising or working out? Well, sadly, I'm not. I really need to kick that up a notch. I've been saying I've been going to get back to the gym for the last year and a half. I really felt better when I was better working out, especially when I was hiking and stuff about every week. I really got to start doing better with that aspect of my life. And hopefully we'll take you on some trips. We're supposed to be doing a backpacking trip in June. Hopefully I'm back home and done quarantining by then. We can take you up to Roan Mountain, show you a good time. Question number 10. What will be your quarantine/pandemic panic purchase? Well, I don't really have a lot of those. I think that what I'm going to do as far as all that goes, because on top of this, while I've been here, my home area was hit pretty hard with some storms. I always had a generator laying around the house. I've installed the one generator in my camper, which it was in the back of the truck since the camper's at Camping World. And so it was available if my wife needed it, but the power did go out for a little while. So I think that because it's hard to get in and out of the camper, I'm probably going to get a cheap generator to keep at the house. That way I don't have to worry about that, because I had thought, you know, with all these disaster plans that I have, because I'm a little bit of a nerd about that stuff. But I thought, oh, you know, if it happens, power goes out. Power rarely goes out at my house. I'll tell you that. Cleveland Utilities does a great job. But if the power ever goes out at my house, we'll just go over to the camper and hang out for a few days. And then I remember, like, you know, all the food and the refrigerator and the stand-up freezer. And obviously all that's not going to fit in my little camper fridge. And so for the cost versus benefit, I think that a generator to have around the house for dedicated use will be a great item. So I'm going to add that to the list. All right, guys, so you know how it works. Apparently I'm supposed to nominate 5 more channels to do the quarantine 10 question quiz. So here we go. Here's our shout outs, and here's our people that we are currently challenging to take the quiz. Okay. Channel number 1 that we're going to challenge is RVacationer with Wayne and Norma. You know, we met them about a month ago when we was down in Huntsville. They love to travel around in their motor home. And they like to take some longer vacations too. And they like to also show around some area around there in the northern Alabama area where they live as far as camping and such. And they got some great videos. I suggest you check them out. Channel number 2 is Susan over at New Horizons. Their channel and my channel, well, the vision that I originally had for my channel, at least, I still try. I don't do as good of a job at sticking with that main vision, was about helping handicapped people with camping. I do try to throw some of that in, but it's really hard to keep the focus that narrow. And so I got to praise her because she does a pretty good job at always pointing out those handicapped accessible areas. And I suggest that you check their channel out. She's also located over in the East Tennessee area and takes some trips up to Mayberry in North Carolina. So go follow her channel, check out Mayberry. I hope to get up there one of these days. The third channel we're going to challenge is Randi's Adventures. And Randi has a channel there where she talks more about smaller campers and how that's changed her life and some things there. She also has a couple of videos on like DeWalt tools and taking those camping. That's kind of been on my to-do list for a while because I also carry DeWalt tools when I go camping. They're great. Check her video out, and eventually we'll get around to doing ours. Seems like we got a video list to do about 100 things long. Can't ever get caught up. Anyway, the fourth channel that we're going to suggest that you follow, as well as challenge to do this questionnaire, is the channel with the name of the creator, Michael Bracewell. He gets a little bit more technical in his videos than I do in mine, a lot of them in the DIY section. I'm not the best at, relaying that kind of stuff to you guys. I just kind of give you the general idea and leave it up to you to find out the small details and try to answer your questions. But he lays it out, especially with the wiring and the solar stuff, battery stuff, where he's got some diagrams and stuff, and it's really helpful. The one video that I thought was really good that he had was a heat shield to go behind the grill that you hang up on the side of your camper, because a lot of people worry about the heat there, and I thought that was a really great idea. So check out Michael's channel. And the fifth channel that we'd like to challenge is Mark's channel over at Grand Adventure. They do a lot of boondocking and traveling, working some while they're on the road in boondocking areas, more remote areas what I wish that I had access to over here on the East Coast, because we can only dream about that over here. But check out Mark's channel. He also recently made a video about the Rover Roamer. You guys know that I'm a big fan of the Rover Roamer and the puppies and the doggies. So check my video out here, but go over and check his video out too. And hopefully these guys will all make videos answering these questions for you and increase that engagement there. So thank you guys for stopping in today, and we'll get back to you shortly. I'm here working in New York, like I say, so I don't know when I'll be able to update a new video because I've been working like every day, but I will be back to you guys as soon as I can. Take care and stay safe.